proceed?
You may.
Your Honors, Counsel, members of the jury, may it please the court. In the wake of tragedy, it's easy to be blinded by our need for blame. Mr. Sample of the prosecution just stood before you, and he told you a story about some events that occurred at Rockworld during the summer of 2012. There is no doubt that the death of Winston Thomas was a tragedy. But today, you're going to learn that there is more to this case than Mr. Sample would like you to believe. This is a case in which the prosecution has chosen to ignore crucial evidence, in which a real criminal escaped justice, in which an innocent woman was taken advantage of by someone who she thought was her friend. This, members of the jury, is a case about blindness and blame. You're going to hear a lot about Whit Bowman during today's proceedings, and so I would like to introduce you to her. This is Ms. Whit Bowman. She was born in a small town in Texas, but moved around a lot as a kid. One of Whit Bowman's good friends used to be Cameron Poole. They knew each other for years and even traveled together for a little while. But once their travels ended and the two of them returned to Midlands, they went their separate ways. Ms. Bowman got a job at Rockworld to make some extra money. 2 years went by. Then, to Ms. Bowman's surprise, in the summer of 2012, Cameron Poole showed up at Rockworld looking for work. Now, unfortunately for Ms. Bowman, Cameron Poole got the job, and the two of them rekindled their old friendship. Now, for a while, Ms. Bowman thought that her friendship with Cameron Poole was harmless. But there was a lot more to Cameron Poole than Ms. Bowman knew. You see, members of the jury, while Ms. Bowman may have known that Cameron Poole was conducting a skimming scheme at Rockworld, she was absolutely blind as to how far it would go. She never imagined that Cameron Poole's skimming scheme would result in an armed robbery or in the death of Winston Thomas. But just like there was more to Cameron Poole than Ms. Bowman knew, there was more to this case than you know. Today, you're going to hear some things that don't fit the prosecution's interpretation of the events. You're going to hear from former Rockworld employee Jackie Hunter. And Ms. Hunter is going to tell you that during her time at Rockworld, she saw fake Rockworld bracelets, the same type of bracelets used to conduct the skimming scheme in 2012. She saw these bracelets in the park office where the park's owner, J.C. Longstreet, and the park's accountant, Haley Floyd, worked. And she saw these bracelets in the year 2010, a whole year before Ms. Bowman even started working at the park. You're also going to hear from Ms. Billie Isaacs, another former employee at Rockworld, who now works at Chuggy's Bar in Midlands. Ms. Isaacs is going to tell you that one night when she was working at Chuggy's, a few weeks after the robbery that occurred at Rockworld, she saw the park's accountant, Haley Floyd, come into the bar. And while she was there, she met up with Cameron Poole, the man who allegedly had robbed her just weeks before. And these facts of the story, they don't fit the prosecution's interpretation of the events. They don't lead you to the conclusion that Whit Bowman is responsible for what happened at Rockworld. The question you will have to ask yourselves today is, where do they lead you? And during today's trial, you're going to realize that it's possible that the park's owner, J.C. Longstreet, the park's accountant, Haley Floyd, and their employee, Cameron Poole, were all three working together to steal from Rockworld and make extra money. But let me be clear, it is not our burden to prove to you that J.C. Longstreet or Haley Floyd or Cameron Poole is responsible for what happened at Rockworld. It is not our job to prove to you exactly how the crimes that occurred at Rockworld were committed. That job belongs to the prosecution. It is the prosecution, members of the jury, who holds the burden of proof in today's case. And that burden is beyond a reasonable doubt, the highest standard of truth that the law can require. What it means is that if you possess any good faith doubt about Ms. Bowman's involvement in the crimes of which she is accused, you may not find her guilty. This is a case about blindness, and it's a case about blame. Today, we're going to tell you the facts that the prosecution has chosen to ignore. We're going to remove the blindness. Because once we do, it will be easy for you to see that the blame in this case has been placed where it simply does not end of today's trial, my co-counsel Rachel Wright